Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will learn how to perform Active Directory forest recovery in isolation. That is the part 2 of the same series. In the first part, we recover two domain controllers from BMR backup. We will perform some important steps to complete Active Directory forest recovery in isolation. In my last video, I explained the current infrastructure as well. Now we will start our activity with first domain controller from primary domain as that domain controller was recovered from image based backup. So you can say image based backup, you can say BMR backup, you can say bare metal recovery. Everything is same. So in another words, I can say we created one just like a snapshot. A snapshot is not recommended, but it is creating complete image for your complete operating system, and we have or we have inst- recovered the first domain controller and the second domain controller from the backup. As I told you earlier, that DC01, DC02, SQL01, DC03, and DC04 are my production server, and all are connected to VNet 5. And my two new domain controllers that have been recovered from the backup, like DC02N and DC04N, are connected to different network. If you see, VMnet is connected to 6 and that is connected to 7. So my these two servers are not having any communication with the my production server. So it is very necessary, very important part of your exercise or activity that your isolation environment or any environment where you are creating this drill or recovering your domain controllers for testing purpose, they should not have any communication with your production infra, otherwise you will be in the problem. It is recommended that we should only recover first domain controller first, perform some activities on the first domain controller recovered from the backup in your primary domain. But just to save the time, I recovered this as well in the same time, and I have select the different network for it and for it as well, so that they are also not communicating with each other. Once I have done my active exercise, I will ensure that both are connected to same network so that they can only communicate with each other, not with my production infra. So let's start with the first one, DC02N. So there are many steps that need to be performed, but every step is not mandatory, but it can be mandatory as well, but depending on the situation. How you lose your domain controller? Was there any cyber attack? Was there any other failure? So depending on the situation, accordingly you can take that dot action or you can just ignore them. So I will log in here. For example, if you think that your password has been stolen, then definitely you need to reset the password of your each user in the domain. If not, you can ignore that. This is my test environment just for performing this activity to explain how we can achieve that goal. In case of need, how much time it will take. So first we will perform authoritative restore of sysvol folder. We can open the Active Directory. What we can do, we should come here, select this as well. Go to domain control OU, select your working domain controller. If you are not sure, no problem. Type hostname DC02, this one, this one. Right click, attribute editor, and there will be one attribute. This one, MSDFSR options. Set the value to 1. MSDFSR hyphen options. It is only mandatory for first domain controller in your parent domain. If you are having 3, 4, 5 domains in the single forest, so you need to take this action only on single first domain controller, and no need to take or not required to take this action on any other domain controller. Even though you are having single domain, single forest concept, that is also necessary to perform that action on your single domain controller. Only single domain controller regardless of your domain counts. That is done. We need to restart DFSR service. How we can do so? There are multiple ways to do so. We can just restart hyphen service hyphen, not hyphen, need to mention the name of service, that is a DFSR space DFSR hyphen pass through. Okay, done. Now you can go to event viewer, application log, come here, and here you will see one event ID 4602. The DFS replication service successfully initialized to the sysvol replication folder at the local path C. So that is here. We can close this. Now we need to stop the initial synchronization. Mainly it is necessary for the server if it is having any FSM rules, but definitely currently it is not having, but I will assign these role to this domain controller. So we need to perform this activity. What we can do, we can come here in the registry, regedat, navigate to path, HK local machine, system, current control set, services, NTDS, NTDS parameter, and here you need to create one key. So we can come here, dword, and we can give the value 0. Okay, that is already there. So it is necessary to, we will restart the NTDS service. So we have restarted the service. Now we will transfer the FSM role. What we can do, move hyphen AD directory operation master role hyphen identity. Here you need to mention your working domain controller name where you want to transfer the role. Before you transfer, uh, yeah, net dom query fsmo. This command will show you who is holding FSM roles currently. Okay, now DC01 is only holding, but that is not working one. So I will just transfer here hyphen operation master role. Now you can type the name or you can just play with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It will transfer your all the 5 roles. That is my intention, right? So I have created another video in the more detail how to transfer the FSM roles and what will be the number of your FSM roles if you are having multiple domains in your infrastructure. I have explained multiple ways to transfer the roles. What is happening? Hmm. Directory service is unavailable. Okay. I'm just checking whether it has transferred or not. Nothing. Okay. Let's try again. Identity DC. Yes, DC02. I'm only having a 2 DC. Netdom query QUERY DC. DC02. Directory service is unavailable. Okay. Why it's saying ncpa.cpl. Here. Okay, 101. Let's change the IP. I should remove this for some time. Later on, I will add 192.168.100.101. Actually, I forgot to change the IP, so it is necessary to mention the same IP in the prepaid DNS server, whatever you have mentioned here. Computers same domain controller's IP should be mentioned in the preferred DNS server while you are performing this activity. Okay, okay, okay. Why it is saying Active Directory is opening? Okay, so my bad, I forgot to add this switch here. False. Actually, once you are doing this, it will transfer. Okay, but I am not in this position to transfer the roles. I am seizing. Okay, so I need to use this switch hyphen force so that it will seize the role instead of it is only checking for transferring. But I just use this hyphen force, then it will seize. We are having different command whenever we are using anti-DSutil, transfer or siege that you want to use. But by using PowerShell, we can only say this is the only CMD let, but we need to use this force when I am sieging. And one more important thing I want to tell you that the user that you are using, it should be member of schema admin as well. Let me show you. Okay, so not here, not here. Let me see what the schema is actually. So if we are mentioning 3 here, it means we are talking about schema master. As I told you, schema master require your account to be part of schema admin role. Rest you can do with the domain admin and enterprise admin. Let me show you. If I run this, see, yes, running. It is done. So mm, okay. Net dom query fsmo. Okay. Now it will show domain controller DC02. So now I will try to seize only 3, which is a schema master. Okay. and you can also see here. Do you want to move the role schema master to server DC02? I will say yes. Access is denied. Why it is happening? It is happening because my user is not part of schema admin group. SCHEMAADMINS. So it is necessary to log off and log in whenever you are changing the membership. Yes. Okay. So now we have transfer our FSM role. Okay. So again, net down query query FSMO. So now we have done with this exercise. Now we need to perform metadata cleanup. We can perform that here. What we can do, we will write ntdsutil metadata cleanup. There are multiple ways to perform this metadata cleanup. GUI or that NTDS utility. But what we are doing, we are trying to, or we are removing any entry which belong to my non-working domain controller. Because when you are performing or creating one domain controller in the Active Directory, it is creating multiple entries at multiple location. One in Active Directory, second one in site and services, and multiple records, SRB records and hosted record under the DNS. So we are just going to remove all those from all the location. So but this metadata cleanup does not remove a entry from the Active Directory site and services. So we need to remove that manually, and we need to ensure that there is no still record for that particular domain controller which has been decommissioned. So metadata cleanup we done. Now we type connections, connect to server, working DC. Now type quit queue and hit enter. Under this metadata cleanup, select operation target. We need to type select operation target. OPERATIO operation target. Okay. Now select list domains. Select domain. Currently I am working for dckarnav.land. So entry should be 0. Now list sites. Select site. Again site only one, but you need to know in which side your domain controller is if you are having multiple sites. But in the production environment, definitely we are having multiple sites. A domain controller belong to different sites. So you select your site properly where your domain controller is residing. Select operation target 0. Now list servers in site. SERVERS in site. Okay. I'm having DC01, DC02, DC03 and DC04. But as you know, DC01 and DC02 belong to my parent domain Kannava.lan and 3 and 4 belong to my child domain. So I will not touch DC03 and DC04 here. I will only perform the activity only on DC01. For example, suppose I am having 10 domain controllers in my primary domain starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and number 9 or number 10 is my working domain controller that I have recovered from backup. So you need to select in the same way and delete your servers from 1 to 9 because 10 I have recovered from the backup. You should only have single domain controller available in the Active Directory, and that should be performed metadata cleanup, or I can say for the rest metadata cleanup should be performed. So DC01 I want to remove because it belongs to my primary domain. As I said, if I have multiple domain controller, then we need to select all except one where you are working. Do not select your working domain controller, otherwise you will have to work again from the beginning. So now I see select server. I will type select server, SELECT select server. Number is for DC01 number is 0, right? Okay. Now again type quit Q. Now we can see remove selected server. Remove SELECTED server. Okay. Now you can see DC01. It is asking my confirmation or consent to remove DC01. So let me tell you again. Suppose I am having 5 domain controller in my primary domain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 5 has been recovered from backup. So now 1, 2, 3, 4 are my still domain controller which are not existing, not working. So I need to remove all the 4 in the same way. Okay. Definitely more server will take more time. So we have done that. Now we can type quit twice and we will come out. Okay. I want to show you something else as well. EVENTVWR. One double 650. There will be one event ID. Uh, in the system log. Oh, no, it is not showing. Another one. 16648. Actually, I read somewhere that these two event IDs are related to your FSM role holders, which indicate that that is not working as a RID master or RID pool is not available. Once we confirm the metadata cleanup, then another ID will be generated. Okay, no problem. You can ignore that as well. So now we have performed the metadata cleanup. As I told you, we ran one command, right? netdom query QUERYDC. Earlier it was showing 2, now it is only showing 1 because that computer has been removed from here, right? Only one here. And as I told you that it doesn't remove the domain control from active IT and site and services. So we need to remove that manually. Come here, go to your site where your computer is and select and remove this permanently. Okay. Now I will delete this 3 as well, but not now. Okay. So now we need to open the DNS console and see if we are having any other entries for that server or not. And we can come here, go to name server and remove your unwanted name server as well. We can also remove this because it is also not going to. Why it is showing 192.168.100.101. That is the IP of my server. Select OK. And you can search and delete your unwanted entries. That I can delete because I'm not going to keep this. This 102. It's a long task, right? Okay, okay. So you need to search everywhere and just delete your entries which belong to your still domain controller. So I will pause my video and I will delete all those and come back. So I have removed my DC03 and DC01 from all the locations. Here, here. It took a long time for me, but I have removed. Now we need to increase the RID pool. How we can do ADSI edit.msc. Come here, connect, keep all the things same. Come here, system, and here you will see the RID manager. Come here, you can see available RID pool. But as per Microsoft, they ask you to copy this line and copy this value and open calculator scientific, put that value here. No, control C, something went wrong. Okay, and you should add 100,000, meaning 1 and 5 times 0, and this, and here you will see there is only single difference. Here this was my old value and this is my new value. You will see only one difference, and correct 6 digit from the right, it is showing 4, and after adding 100,000 it is showing 5. Okay, so simple. Select the 6th digit and add 1 there. 4 mean 5. No need to use your scientific calculator. Here we can see this is my 6 digit from the right hand side, and it is showing 4. I need to add one more, meaning 5, and that is fine. Okay, and now I need to invalidate current pool, current RID pool. It is necessary to invalidate your current RID pool, otherwise old RID pool will be used, and not deliberately, but it can be a security risk because access are given on the basis of security identifier. Earlier you created one account by using one SID that is not there, and now it is creating the same account or another account by using the same SID which was given some other permission. So now that user will be having the same permission because it is matching the SID. So it is necessary to invalidate your RID pool. So it is mandatory to increase the RID pool and invalidate the RID pool. For example, there may have been a new employee. The user object no longer exists after the restore operation because it was created after the backup that was used to restore the domain. However, any access right that were assigned to that user object might persist after the restore operation. If the SID for that user object is reassigned to the new object after the restore operation, the new object would obtain those access rights. So we are not giving unnecessary right to anyone. So we should validate properly and raise RID pool and invalidate RID pool. Now we can reset the KRV TGT password if you want to, but that is not for my case, but it is easy. So we can enable this by using select. You just give the strong password. So remember, whenever you are resetting password, reset this twice, and there should be an interval of 10 hours before you are resetting your password second time. But that is not case for me. I can't wait for 10 hours, so I'm just resetting now. But actually, whenever you are asking, someone is asking you to reset the password, so correct process is reset it twice, reset first and wait for 10 hours and reset it again. Okay, now we need to reset the domain controller's password. We can't reset this by using this. So what we can do, we can just use the PowerShell command. What we can do, reset hyphen computer machine password. Okay, the password has been resetted, and we also need to remove this catalog for some time. We will change this, enable this after some time, and now we need to set the NTP server. So in the production environment, every company is having dedicated NTP server that will be used to sync time externally, and that is set on your primary domain controller. The domain controller which is working as a PD simulator, NTP server should be set there so that it will synchronize its time to the external source NTP server. NTP server is installed on Linux based operating system, and different teams are managing those. You can find out who is managing and what the NTP server IP is, and you should mention that in their PDC prime domain controller. But I'm not having that particular thing now because this is my test environment and I do not have communication with the outside world. So what I'm doing, I'm just setting IP address of this computer as a NTP server for this computer. Okay, that is only workaround for testing purpose. So if you are really working in your production infra, ipconfig, okay, n is not required there. 192.168.100.101. Okay, so I'm just using as a workaround so that it will synchronize time from same computer. And you can also W32TM, and after setting this NTP server, we should also restart our Windows time service, and it should be set to automatic. And you should also ensure that source is showing the same IP that you have really mentioned in your command. So what it is doing actually, if you go to registry REGEDIT, not here, NTDS W32, W32, okay. So you can see from the bottom where we are under HK local machine system current control cell service W32 time, and the parameter under parameter it has set that IP address here, and it has set value of this is NTP. Except this domain controller, every computer should have this value as a NT5DS. That will say time must be synchronized in the domain hierarchy. It is set automatically when you are performing or adding any compute in the domain. If not, you can run one command to set this. I have created another video on the same topic. You can watch that to understand how time is synchronized, how to set this if not done yet. So till then we are going good. Okay, we need to just set that value from, we can also global catalog we will set later, and we should go to registry again, REGEDIT, and note here NTDS, NTDS parameter, and we should change that value to 1. Now it will sync its partition with other replication partner. There is no current replication partner as of now. So we can just reboot this. So now I need to log into my another domain controller, this one, and perform the same type of activity. So this is DC04N is another domain controller from my child domain. So I need to set the same network so that they can communicate with each other. 7, and that is having 6. I can just change it to 7. Now we need to log in here. So we need to perform the same type of activity here. First ncp.cpl, we should check the IP address, whether those are correct or not. Come here. This is 21. Okay, that is 21. I can just remove. It should be here 101. That is the IP of my domain controller in the parent domain. So 2121, that is fine. And let's see if we can open the Active Directory here or not. Okay, Active Directory is opening. Now I need to stop my initial replication. Please note that we are not performing authoritative restore of successful folder here, because it is only required on first domain controller in your parent domain, which is holding role. So now REGEDIT HK local machine system current control set services NTDS parameters, and we need to create that particular entry with the value 0. So we need to finish this quickly. Value is 0 already, so no need to change anything. Instance synchronization we have stopped, and now we raise the RID pool. As I told you earlier, RID pool, okay, ADSI added dot MSC. Okay. Keep all the things as it is. Come here, go to system, and come here. You will see something. This one, available RID pool. This one, as I said in my last video, go to the 6 digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add one and just save this. That is all. And deactivate your RID pool, current RID pool. Okay, with the PowerShell. Done. Okay, RID pool done or invalidated. Reset computer and KRBTGT password. First, just advanced feature. Otherwise, you will not see your KRBTGT account. Hmm, okay, okay. So it is necessary to reset the password twice if you are really resetting. And reset hyphen reset reset hyphen computer machine password. Okay, that is also done. We can remove the catalog, otherwise we can keep it as it is. And we need to see what the value of my NTP server now. W32TM time parameter. As I said, it should be NT5DS. It doesn't matter what is there. If you are having this value as a NT5DS, then time is synchronizing as per your domain hierarchy. That is also done. Okay. Now we can change that value NT5DS, not NTDS, sorry, parameter, and we can just set this to 1. And we need to set the global catalog or enable the catalog here. Domain controller, come here, come here, and select this. Okay, we did not perform the metadata cleanup and we forgot to. So first we will transfer the FSM role. So I would say seize ISE move hyphen identity hyphen operation master role 012. Now I can either type infrastructure master, comma, these nodes. I do it one by one, no problem. Okay, need to add force, otherwise it will not work. What is saying? Missing an argument for a parameter identity. Okay, it, forgetting every time. Here host name. Okay. Oh no 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 no. I do not need to do this here. It is already done. It should be done here. My bad. Move hyphen identity TC04 mm, yes hyphen operation master role. We can quickly type 0 1 and 2 hyphen force because 3 is schema master and 4 is domain naming master. Okay, net dom query. Still not transferred. And now running. Meanwhile, we can prepare for role transfer. NTD as util metadata cleanup. What happened? Meta MATA metadata cleanup. Okay, connections. Connect to server and the working DC name. Type Q. It's still running. What happened? Select OPERATI operation target. Okay, list domains. Select domain G1 because we are working in the Pune. List sites. Select sites. Site is only 0, so list servers in site. In site. Okay. Select server. Which one? I need to remove DC0 3. So I will select number 2. Okay, now we need to type Q and come out. What is happening? Okay, two have been transferred. Info master is still pending. Okay, it is working. I can run that command remove selected server, but it will confuse. So I do not want to perform two critical activities at once. So now it is completed. So now we can see. Okay, it is showing schema master and domain master with the DC01, but because it has not completed the replication. Once the replication is done, then definitely they should show the actual result. And we should close this, and we should also close this. Now we will type remove selected server. Okay, DC03 QUIT quit, QUIT quit. So we have completed all the activities here. Need to go to registry and start the replication. Where anti-fi, okay, this one is set to 1. Okay, it is already 1. Now, so let me just recheck. We stop this synchronization. Role C is metadata cleanup done. RID pool increase. RID pool invalidated. Password reset. Care BTGT and computer. Global catalog we did not remove. NTP server is already there. And replication has been started. Okay, so just we should just take one reboot. Okay. So server has been rebooted. As I told you that when we are performing metadata cleanup, it is removing the entry of the computer from Active Directory. I would say entry of domain controller is being removed from Active Directory, but it is not removing from Active Directory site and services. So we need to remove that as well. Okay, come here. 3. This should be removed automatically. Let's try. No, do not have rights. What about here? Okay, no problem. These only should be available DC02 and DC04 in the both the sides, here and here as well. So replication is not happening as of now. We will fix that as well, and we need to remove a unwanted entry from DNS as well. Here we can remove this. We can remove this as well. DC04, what is the IP? 192.168.100.21. Yes, that is very big exercise. So I will pause the video, I will delete them and I will come again so that at least your time can be saved. So I have removed all the stale DNS entries for my domain controller DC03 from the DNS, and please also ensure that you are removing stale name servers as well. These are created at three places, MSDCS here as well, and if you have created reverse lookup zone, then you should find that as well. So you should keep only active one here. So I will create another video for fixing any troubleshooting, fixing any issue related to replication and something else. So that's all for this video. If you learned something new, kindly like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.